Everyone believed for a long time that Scarlett Johansson was the only victim of Blake Lively's alleged on-set infidelity because she eventually wed Ryan Reynolds. However, it is also said that Blake caused Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's marriage to fail, and Jennifer did more than just corroborate the facts. She is completely focused on the homewrecker. Ben Affleck acted and directed the 2009 Boston set movie The Town. He was then married to Jennifer Garner, whom he had first dated while working on The Daredevil, which is significant because Blake's affair with him also began on The Town set. Serafina was still a baby and Violet was around 4 years old when Jennifer and Ben had them. After the birth of their third son, Samuel, later in 2012, Ben and Jennifer had a perfect marriage until Blake's role in The Town with Ben caused things to get incredibly sour. Blake was now the main character on Gossip Girl, portraying Serena van der Woodsen. She was a young, attractive woman just starting out in the entertainment industry. She was chosen by Ben to play Krista Coughlin in The Town, who is a single mother and the intermittent girlfriend of Doug McRae, Ben's character. Because of their genuine chemistry, their scenes are passionate and have sultry moments that look amazing. Ben claimed in a 2010 interview that he was astounded by Blake's talent and thought she was incredibly fun and gorgeous. Nevertheless, the assumption that they were having an affair began during the casting and filming process. According to some crew members who were not named, Ben's love for Blake appeared personal, and he frequently spent additional time coaching her on set in private. Some people saw these sessions as intimate because they are intended to improve her Boston accent and character depth. The rumors persisted as Ben and Jennifer's marriage during The Town's development began to falter because Ben was spending most of his free time with Blake, which led to Jennifer traveling to Boston frequently to keep the family together. According to people close to Jennifer, she brought their children to the set of The Town in an attempt to lessen the media's obsession with Ben and Blake's chemistry since she felt unhappy about it. The set became uneasy as reports of Blake Lively and Ben Affleck's affair during The Town gained even more notoriety because Blake and Ben were always flirting. Sensing that the media was fixated on Ben and Blake's chemistry, Jennifer Garner's frequent trips to Boston with Violet and Serafina were more about being watchful than they were about offering support. In a story that still hurts, Jennifer became Blake's troubled wife as her attempts to protect her family collided with Blake's increasing star. The plot of Blake's history of appending marriages, starting with Ben and Jennifer and continuing with rumors of Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson, started to take shape, laying the groundwork for Jennifer's eventual fall. Although Blake was dating Penn Badgley at the time, she kept the rumors alive by mentioning him infrequently while working with Ben, especially after their breakup. Although Ben wasn't directly responsible for Penn and Blake's 2010 breakup, a source claimed that the rumors had an impact on their relationship. Blake's reticence over her split from Penn Badgley conflicting with The Town's filming didn't help either, as rumors circulated about the timeline. As their marriage took a terrible turn at the time, it was claimed that Ben and Blake's sultry scenes haunted Jennifer Garner for years because she suspected they also occurred off-screen. Meanwhile, Jennifer's reputation as the hurt wife grew as a result of her efforts to defend her marriage, which was allegedly destroyed by Blake, who had an affair with Ben on the set. According to a source, Ben was known for being a flirt, which he concealed from Blake while they were filming. Set photos showed this. During breaks, Ben and Blake were photographed by paparazzi looking comfortable while smiling and having a close conversation, which strengthened the accusations. Ben didn't specifically refute the rumors. He gushed about Blake calling her a fantastic, gorgeous young woman, and telling a story about how she was unaware that he was great friends with Matt Damon in a 2012 interview. Some people thought it odd that he kept telling the same story over and over, as if he was overly excited to discuss her. Additionally, it was seen that he didn't publicly commend Jennifer nearly as often, which sparked concerns. When Ben and Jennifer declared their separation in 2015, the Blake rumors reappeared as part of the story, and it was disclosed that Jennifer intended to use them against Ben in a custody dispute. These speculations regarding the affair were recently confirmed in some way. Despite their long-standing divorce, Ben and Jennifer co-parent their 3 children and maintain a cordial relationship. Blake is married to Ryan Reynolds and has 4 children of her own. Recently, her reputation has suffered due to Town rumors that have been circulating among everyone, including Jennifer, who allegedly called Blake a witch in a post that was filmed on the Deadpool set where Jennifer collaborated with Ryan Reynolds.
This is where I go to commune with Blake Lively. See how she's doing.
No.
How you doing, Blake? Looking good.
Jennifer's reserved demeanor has long stoked conjecture about her actual emotions. In a 2017 interview, Jennifer talked about the difficulties of co-parenting with Ben, stating that she prioritized their children while acknowledging that trust issues persisted from their marriage. People started to connect this to Blake pointing out that Jennifer was reluctant to talk about her career in public, so the abrupt shading isn't shocking. Jennifer has been straightforward about her split from Ben in recent years. She mentioned her mother's advice in a 2024 interview: "Don't marry a man thinking you can change him." Supporters interpret this as a subliminal jab at Ben's problems, such as his drinking or his alleged adultery. However, Blake was left out, and Jennifer has been seen with Ben at family gatherings, indicating that they get along well. Therefore, it's clear who it is if she's disparaging anyone with the witch video because her name is spoken without any manipulation. Timing is another factor. For Blake, the timing of this resurgent controversy couldn't be worse. Many of her terrible actions, such as the town rumors, have been brought back to haunt her by her present conflict with Justin Baldoni. Jennifer might have reopened old wounds as a result of this, particularly if she felt Blake's actions back then went too far. But Blake is dealing with a PR nightmare. She has been portrayed as challenging in the Baldwin case, and the town whispers only heighten the troublesome story. She has already been implicated by numerous people as a homewrecker, linking her to Ben and even Ryan Reynolds' 2010 split with Scarlett Johansson. The strange thing is that these two men, whom Blake met on set while they were still married, later split from their spouses after developing a crazy chemistry with Blake. Given Jennifer's dubious remark and the emphasis on Blake's history, the public is consuming every detail of an affair that occurred more than 10 years ago. The question now is not just if Blake was the cause of Ben and Jennifer's breakup, but also whether Jennifer is prepared to be clean and whether Blake can handle being branded. The ultimate house wrecker in Hollywood, Blake is frantically trying to repair her reputation after accusations of unprofessional behavior, divorce demands, and a planned public relations campaign against Baldwin. Jennifer, meantime, has perfected the art of saying just enough to maintain the rumors without going so far as to accuse someone directly. It was no coincidence that her witch statement was purportedly captured on camera on the Deadpool and Wolverine set. Blake's actions both during and after the town's performance were detrimental to her argument. Blake's tactic has been to ignore the whispers, relying on her charm and A-list reputation to get her through, but in 2025, that technique is failing. Jennifer, on the other hand, has perfected the skill of subtly bringing attention to herself. The local gossip serve as a reminder that people have long memories, and the Baldwin litigation has revealed flaws in her meticulously maintained persona. For Jennifer, the story is more about finding closure than it is about seeking revenge. Many people believe that her 2024 remarks about not marrying a man you expect to transform reflected Ben's difficulties and incapacity to devote themselves entirely to their family. Co-parenting with Ben has required Jennifer to maintain a delicate balance, but her recent shade suggests she's not ready to let the affair between Ben and Blake go. However, the town rumors add another layer, implying that Jennifer's trust issues were not just about Ben's struggles but also about a specific betrayal involving Blake. Even indirectly, her decision to call out Blake feels like a release of pent-up frustration. The public's response has been an intriguing blend of interest and indignation. Supporters of Jennifer view her as a victim who is finally speaking out against Blake, who has evaded responsibility for far too long. The ongoing turmoil involving Blake and Ryan Reynolds takes a new turn. Although their marriage has long been presented as idyllic, there have been hints of conflict, especially following Blake's lawsuit against Baldoni. According to some theories, Jennifer intentionally poked fun at both Blake and Ryan with her disc. Given Ryan's history of chemistry-based divorces, Jennifer might allude to a trend by suggesting that Blake has a history of failed marriages, including those involving Scarlett and Ryan. The public's perception of Jennifer and Ben has grown, and Blake's penchant for falling for married men was another issue brought up during her dispute with Justin Baldoni. But one thing is obvious. There is no immediate end in sight to this scandal. A long smoldering fire has been rekindled by Jennifer's subtle shadow, and Blake's efforts to put the drama behind him are failing due to criticism from the public. Will Blake ever confront the rumors directly, or will she keep quiet in the hopes that they would go away? Everyone continues to watch the expose because they know that in Hollywood, the truth always comes out of the blue. And for Jennifer Garner, a woman who has endured abuse and heartache but has come out stronger, this feels like long overdue retribution. One that gets everyone talking, but it pales in comparison to what Jennifer has in store for Blake.